yesterday I got a bit off track. I woke up later. My schedule and habits were messed up. The timing and all that. I didn't have time for this, for that, and I just kind of felt disgusting. It felt disgusting because I'm sitting there and thinking, man, this is kind of late for me. Like it's 7 a.m. and for some people that's like, oh, bro, but that's quite early. I know, bro. I will wake up usually at 5:30, and in that day, yesterday, everything is kind of messed up. And instead of going on a run in the morning or making this video that I'm making right now, I just don't even feel good because, bro, I just kind of wasted my time in the morning on YouTube. Or I wouldn't say wasted. I still watched somewhat educational videos, but still, I didn't do much work. So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, that didn't really happen in a long time. Now, fair enough, we make mistakes here and there, but that big of a day wasted not working, that's a bad thing. And you perhaps can relate, bro. Bro, I didn't have any problem returning back to this system because I have a system. It's not just based on hope. If you have a system, if you derail from your journey, from your whatever, if you get off track, to get on track, what you need to do is just simply get back on the system. And part of the system is the schedule. So, bro, look at this. If you go to sleep a bit later, now fair enough, you still should prioritize your sleep. But look, if you go to sleep later and if you wake up later, you will actually be behind with your schedule and with your work, and it will feel very bad, especially in school days, but especially in every day, right? Because you just waste your time, and how your morning is probably how your the rest of the day will be. So imagine, bro, what if even if you went to sleep late for some reason, whatever, you still should wake up at that early time. Now, fair enough, don't just sleep like 2 or 4 hours, fair enough. But even if you went to sleep a bit later, you still, for example, if I wake up at 5:30, and bro, I better just wake up at this hour, and it would have been way better, right? Imagine today I got back on the system, and guess what? It's perfect because look, wake up at 5:30. At 5:50, I prepared and all that, and went to a morning run, right? I will post it even on Instagram on some stories and all that. How 5 a.m. run, and then after that I did a cold shower, and now I'm filming this video. So, bro, it's still not even 8 a.m. and I did all that. And bro, I mean, do you realize, bro? It's just you just need first step is to get back on the schedule. If you don't have one, you gotta make one, bro. Because imagine you're wasting so much time, so much potential, like I did, simply because you're not managing your time correctly, bro. And that's not good, man. Just wake up earlier and make sure you put the time in place. Even in weekends, you might say, even in weekends, of course, bro. Of course. School days, weekends, wake up early. It doesn't need to be 5:30 like me. Who knows? Maybe it's later, maybe it's earlier. Who knows? You do it. Just make sure also your sleep is in check. But the point is, bro, when you mess up, make sure you wake up that early, bro. Because otherwise, you're behind with your schedule, with the things you gotta do, and you feel kind of like a loser. Like I used to do, bro. I felt like a loser simply because, or at least more like one, because dude, it felt so like I was so behind because the day just started so much more, because I used to wake up so much more earlier, right? And I used to get so much things done. So imagine if I went on a run, which I did. So I go on a run, I do this cold shower, I make this video, and you just woke up. And I'm just telling you this for you to realize how much time you're wasting and that you should make that schedule and stick to it no matter what. Just make that a commitment to yourself to wake up early, with perhaps exceptions of some things. Fair enough, you're not gonna sleep just 1 hour, obviously. Take care of your sleep. But the point is, bro, make sure you wake up early because otherwise your day is messed up in your schedule and whatever. Now, next topic on how to not self sabotage, or how is that pronounced? Well, bro, what I saw from for myself, what it worked for me is that, bro, to not self sabotage anymore, you just need to turn into the person that doesn't do it. And it's simpler than you think. So you need to be the individual that can do it. So either way, you gotta become the person that can get great results and to get great results in many more areas and fitness and whatever, bro. Either way, you gotta become the person that doesn't self-sabotage. So you gotta do this first before you achieve your results. It's not the other way around like you perhaps thought. And okay, what worked for me? So first of all, is developing your identity. And I hope this doesn't sound weird, but look, this is important. This helped me a lot. We operate based on our beliefs and what we think of ourselves, right? So what happens? So imagine you self-sabotage. Why? Probably because you just subconsciously don't believe that you deserve that outcome that you are working towards on, and you don't think you're capable, or at least subconsciously are not really capable or to do of doing this or that, or you're not actually a disciplined individual or this and that, because you just heard these beliefs from other people, and based on the action, and you see that based on the action also that you took, didn't keep your promises to yourself and so on. Bro, what if we flip all this and actually start telling ourselves that okay, we're disciplined, basically brainwashing ourselves, and also solidifying that with action. And it might say it sounds a bit silly, but it worked for me, so I'm taking the win, bro. I mean, I'm taking this opportunity, bro, because this is so helpful. I mean, imagine, bro, you just need to almost brainwash yourself that okay, I'm a disciplined individual. I'm this and that. I don't do this bad habit. I don't do this thing. I'm not the type of individual to do this. I'm not like this. I'm actually doing this. I am productive. I am driven. I'm excited to work. I'm excited to improve myself. And bro, that's the thing. Many people do it once and they think that oh, this is manifestation or some. No. Look, many people just do it once and it doesn't work and they think oh, and you just say it doesn't work. Or many people think it's manifestation. No, it's dumb. Because look, this is actually building up this belief in your mind, right? You are telling this to yourself, and it's like this is a work task. You gotta do this constantly through the day, and it will start becoming a habit. And bro, because I told this more and more to myself, many times I just when let's say there was some unhealthy food at the restaurant, family, where other people ate, or at home or whatever, I looked at it and just say no, this is not for me. So for example, I'm sitting there and seeing pizzas and all that. I don't even want to eat it, bro, because I'm just saying telling to myself that bro, I'm not the type of individual to eat that, bro. And for example, I'm sitting on at the restaurant at a table with my family at birthdays or something, and there's literally like pizza there. My cousin there, my sister, my other cousin there, and all that. The other people, they eat pizzas, fries, whatever other else. I'm just not eating it. It's not good for me. Now, fair enough, at restaurants they still use vegetable oils and all that. It's still not good for you. So it's still in other food, not just in junk food. It is what it is, though. But basically, when you develop your identity, you no longer when you raise up your level of identity of how you are and what your standards are that you give to yourself, you no longer do these other habits and unhealthy activities that are lower on the scale, right? So basically, you set your standards in place, and because bro, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, bro. So at everything, bro, you set principles in place and standards. That's what I did, and you constantly tell yourself that okay, I'm a disciplined individual. I do this, I do that, and the more you say it, the more true it becomes. Instead of it's not manifesting in no, but that's just all garbage. It's just you develop your a brain pattern, or how is that called, or a neuron connection, whatever is that called, man, in the brain, and you solidify it by saying this because it's a belief, bro. especially if you see yourself that you put the action in also to back it up. Of course it will work, bro. We have beliefs, we operate on beliefs. We might as well just pick and choose the right ones that benefit us, right? I mean, it worked for me. Why don't you do it yourself? I mean, you know about it now, so I guess, bro, you should start doing it. And another thing that helps, let's say, is meditation. Because, bro, it increases your attention span, what I saw for myself. And it it makes you more calm, and it makes you more, let's say, you don't act as quick. You actually spend time and think, okay, is this the right decision? Is this not the right decision? And you gain more self-control of your own mind because you train it, right? You constantly, in meditation basically, is not about not having thoughts, but it's about focusing on your breath. And you realize you have thoughts at some point, and you don't get angry. You actually, that it's actually needed to have for you to have thoughts, and then to realize that, okay, you're not no longer focused on the breath but on those thoughts, and then just simply go back to focusing on the breath and on the present moment. And that's how you meditate, and you keep repeating this cycle, and you get your attention from whatever distraction to the thing you're focusing on. That's the thing. And that will help you massively. That helped me massively, and it still helps massively with staying on track. Now, fair enough, I had this problem of not getting the time to meditate, and I saw for myself even recently that if I don't schedule it properly, I just don't get it done. I mean, I found a way to. It just, if for example I used to do it in the evening, I just didn't have time to complete it many times, and I just moved it in some other place. Now I have time if I do it everything correctly in my schedule and all that. So basically, start to meditate, bro. You'll get more control of your mind. You will start to think more clearly. Okay, is this actually good for me? Is this not? And you'll get more control because you intrinsically kind of know if it's good or bad for you, but you just that those cravings just kind of control you. When you meditate more and more, and of course it might take some weeks actually, or a month, 2 months, until you start seeing quite some results, and let's say, and obviously progressing overloading with from 5 minute meditation to 10 to 15, 20, and so on. I do 20 at least, usually. And the more you compounds, the more amazing benefits you get. So it's amazing, it's beautiful. And also it increases your attention span, of course. Because you concentrate on keeping your focus in the present moment, not getting distracted, right? So bro, it massively helped me with my attention span. So, and I constantly develop it. So, as we said, set principles in place. Look at this quote from Marcus Aurelius. He says, no random actions, none not based on underlying principles. People try to get away from it all, to the country, to beach, to the mountains. You always wish that you could too, which is idiotic. You can get away from it anytime you like by going within. A quote from Marcus Aurelius. I think what Marcus says about this is that, bro, we don't need necessarily. Of course, you can go on holidays, whatever. But the point is, bro, these distractions, you don't need them right now. You need to focus, and you want to. That's why you click on this video. So basically, bro, set principles in place. You just need to spend some time with yourself. Meditation is perfect for this. Just turn your phone off, put an alarm for like 5, 10, 20 minutes, however much you can, and just sit there and meditate. Just focus on your breath, on the present moment. When you start having some thoughts, just get your attention back on the breath, and spend more time with yourself. Spend less time on the phone. I mean, fair enough, I use my phone for learning, for synthesizing, but I'm still sometimes not using it as efficiently as I could, or perhaps I need to spend more time in the day with just myself. I'm still talking to myself. I'm still spending time thinking and analyzing this, because sometimes I just I was just too consumed by the phone, and I didn't even have time to think and speak with myself, and that was kind of weird, right? But when I did make more time for myself in terms of speaking, analyzing, right? Speaking with myself, analyzing, that gave me more self control. Of course, it did, because you're no longer as controlled by this device that you're watching this on. And the last step of this video, the last topic I want to talk about, is getting help from God, asking God for help. And look, you still need to do your part, right? Because God, of course, He can help you, but that's the thing, He probably won't solve the problem for you directly, but He will give you the tools necessary. And look what Matthew chapter 7, 24 to 29 says. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house. Yet it did not fall because it had its foundations on the rock. But everyone who hears these words, now Jesus says, and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house, and it fell with a great fall. You want a better foundation from which to operate. That foundation, that rock needs to be Jesus, Jesus Christ. Because, man, imagine, of course your life will be better if you believe and have faith in God and in Jesus. Of course. My life massively improved, man. Plus, because you love God so much and you begin to love God and Jesus so much, because you begin to realize the actual sacrifices they did for you and all these amazing blessings that they give you. God created everything that is good. You begin to, it's like, bro, God is your Father, Heavenly Father. You don't want to disappoint Him. And that's not a bad feeling. It's like you love it. You love Him, you love Jesus. You want to make sure that you actually get great results so that you don't disappoint them, but you make them proud, right? Of course. And you make them glad that, look, I got this individual on earth and he's working constantly and he is doing, following God's word. That's the thing. And if you have Jesus Christ in your life, if you have God in your life, you will see that you start to feel more confident. You start having more faith, and you stop caring so much about all these whatever other people think, because you're not worshiping their thoughts. You worship God, so everything's fine. You don't care about what other people think. You don't care about what they say that much, and you begin to live a more peaceful, more awesome life, more positive, more healthy. God tells us to take care of our bodies. God tells us to not have lustful thoughts. God tells us to not have to not sin, basically, to not gossip, to not judge in the wrong way consciously. And He has all these teachings that He has in the Bible and the New Testament, and it's easy. You can literally, you don't have this excuse of, oh, I just don't want to buy the Bible, bro. You can go on YouTube, listen to it audible or whatever, on whatever site, or you can find it easily, and you just start reading the Word of God, and you will see how massively your life improves. It did, at least for me. So that's why I'm saying, man, you gotta have God and Jesus as a foundation. Be like the man who built his house on the rock, not on the sand. So there's also this chapter from Mark 9:20, chapter 9, 20 to 23, what is talking about quitting your addictions, basically, and all this, and being on the right path. So look at this, right? You're probably in this kind of situation. You need to hear this. No, for that we must trust in Christ, the one who taught from within, out of the heart of man. Came what I wrote here, self-sabotaging and defilling thoughts and actions. Although internal desires sabotage and kill us, Christ can replace them and bring us life. And it did more to me. This is literally quotes from the New Testament. This is working, man. This is so good, because when you have Christ in your life, when you have God in your life, you realize you don't even need addictions, bro. Do you realize how much better I feel right now focusing on my purpose, that God gave me, helping you through what helped me, right? Helping each other, growing together. Art, because iron sharpens iron. So imagine you begin doing God's will, focusing on your purpose that He gave you, and also being like He describes the right type of man to be, and not the right type of man, the right type of person to be, right? So the right values, the right what to do, what is good to do, what is not. And bro, you realize all these bad addictions just don't matter, especially when you feel this amazing energy. For example, right now, or when I went to church, when I go to church, I just realized, of course, these bad habits don't matter. I just feel such a good, satisfying, amazing energy. It's peaceful. It's amazing. I love it. And you realize at that point, man, why did I chase all these bad habits? All these video games, all these hours and days literally spent on them, in them, grinding there, putting some songs from no copyright sound or whatever, and just grinding there, thinking like you're on the hero journey, when in fact you should grind in real life. Wasting this time on the internet and eating junk food and whatever other bad activity, you realize they don't matter, bro. They don't matter, bro. And you realize the mistakes you've done. You've, we've been bad to people. We've been not as polite or as whatever, right? I mean, we were perhaps rude to some people. We were not behaving right, and we understand, man. I made so many mistakes, and you start to realize, man, you see the wrong and the right path, and with God and Jesus, you see which path to take. God and Jesus are the only way, man. It is said in the Bible. It works for me, and I know it can work for you too. So, man, these are some tips that really will help you build a foundation to not self-sabotage. And you know what's the beautiful thing? Even if you mess up, once you start doing this, even if you mess up, bro, you will realize all this, and you won't want to stay there and keep doing that, and you won't, because you realize how much better the life with on self-improvement and with God and Jesus is, so that you'll return back to it. If you mess up, you no longer stay doing that as a habit, as you did, for example, in the past, like I did, right? And you just mess up. So this day is good, that day is bad. This day is good, that day is bad. Bro, starts to become better, especially with the fact that consistency compounds with time. I made a video on that. I think it's the video before this, so you can go on the channel and look. But yeah, man, building the right foundation on the house on the rock, that will keep you on the right path. That's what worked for me, so that's why I'm telling you. Because, bro, it's so valuable. I know it will help you a lot. So do this, man. And if you want more tips on this, if you want more techniques on how to actually become and stay this type of individual, not just achieve the goal of all discipline, but actually become the individual that is disciplined and consistent and confident, you can get on my program. The link is in the description. For the first guys, it's free. Man, this is basically a plan I made from basically all the most important things that helped me a lot, all the secrets and implementations of what I did to become way more disciplined, way more confident, way more consistent. If you're interested in that, you can click on the link in the description. If not, either way, I hope you got great value from this, man. And I got the, and I know my voice sounds a bit different now, because I got in this peaceful state when I talk about God, when I talk about Christianity. It's interesting because I'm new to this. I mean to of talking about on talking about this on camera, but man, it's so good. And I feel this positive, good energy, man. I don't care about any bad activities, bad and healthy habits. I don't care about any of that. I don't want that, bro. I don't even feel like doing that. I don't feel any cravings for that, bro. Right now, I feel so good. Why would I do this? So of course you're gonna feel way better, man, by having God in your life. Man, it works. Thank God, indeed. So if you like this video, Remember to share it with some other guys. Also, get it in our Discord server. The link is in the description to get with some more guys on self development. Remember, we are limitless because we'll never peak if we so choose to. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
I keep on working, got purpose and worth. Music's my cure and this world is my purse. Get rid of this curse with every verse. Of course I've been hurt, but some have been much worse. Leave me alone, get out of my head. Block out the opinions until I am dead. They all go to sleep, but you listen instead. Listen some more and you'll cease to regret. I keep on working, I got it on track. You gonna see my name up on the flag. I sail the ship and I'll never come back.